Twitter attempts to make users pay for features, including more promotion by its algorithm, and have been met with widespread criticism because it's not offering anything extra. But do you see any value in a Meta subscription?
Not at all. It's exactly like Twitter Blue. It is going to be a complete waste of money.
Is Facebook running out of ideas? I was reading this article in Wired, right? And the title of the article is Meta Verified shows a company running out of ideas. Mark Zuckerberg has a new subscription service for Instagram and Facebook. The blue checkmark looks awfully familiar. Facebook has added themselves to the list of social media companies that's now charging a subscription, a pay-to-play type service. Because quite frankly, like, they're desperate. Like, I looked at the offering, or I looked at the Facebook offering, and I didn't see anything that was really value add, right? So it has me questioning Facebook business model, and are they really, like, how much longer are they going to be around? Like, if they can't come up with something new or some sort of new innovation. I mean, I feel like the subscription is just charging people for stuff they're already charging people for. But let's discuss that today. Bloomberg recently has a very short piece that we can watch together where they're talking about some of the advertising pressure that Facebook is facing and what they're doing about restructuring their business model.
Just tell us the breadth of companies that you analyze. Are we currently throwing everything out with the bathwater at the moment because we're worried about future growth no matter who you are?
Yes, because as bond yields go up, bonds look more attractive as a substitute to equities. So we're getting net equity outflows into the bond market. That makes sense economically. And that's a higher level of the capital structure. So they have lower risk in case somebody does go bankrupt. And I think specifically as you get this advertising downdraft, advertising has 80% margins. So Google, specifically Google and Meta, or Alphabet and Meta, really are going to be under margin pressure if we go into a recession and if advertising demand gets worse.
All right, so let's unpack that for a minute. As interest rates go up, right, more companies are crunched for cash. And so that means there's going to be less advertising. And so if advertising margins are 80%, that means that's going to be a significant impact to Meta's bottom line. I think it's interesting that Meta's just spent all this time with this one advertising model, and it just hasn't worked out. So Mark Zuckerberg's trying to go to the metaverse, but to be honest, what the fuck is the metaverse? Maybe eventually in some future, somebody might want to invest in that. But who the fuck wants to put a mask on all day and be in some sort of virtual fucking world? I think there might be some pseudo metaverse, but I think that Apple's going to be closer to it than Facebook is. The metaverse right now isn't the best idea in the world. And so if Facebook is not going to tell investors or tell the market that, hey, we're going to invest in this because 10 years from now it's going to be something significant, then yeah, they got to lay people off. But then that brings up the question, is Facebook running out of ideas? Now all that's left is, or it seems like the next move here is, subscriptions and verifications. There's no innovation in that, right? And quite frankly, it's a scam. So what is Meta charging for this subscription? For between $11.99 and $14.99, Instagram and Facebook users will get a blue verified mark, access to better security features, and more visibility in search. Their comments will also be prioritized. It's laughable. So what the fuck does that mean exactly? I'm not getting innovation or value vibes to users. I'm getting scam. I don't know, what do you guys think? But let's hold off, because maybe it's something in here, right? Maybe we're just missing something. All right, the package strongly echoes of Twitter Blue's subscription service launched under new owner Elon Musk, who has been aggressively trying to find ways to monetize his platform. most recently by telling users they won't be able to use text-based two-factor authentication unless they subscribe. That's scammy. Right, so pretty much we're going to open up your account to hackers if you don't pay us. Nothing here. But let's continue. Let's give this guy a chance. While Meta emphasized the security aspects of its subscription product, the fact that subscribers will get greater visibility on the company's platform marks a significant change for users. But what does that mean? Greater visibility. Isn't that what advertising is for? Greater impressions, greater reach. So then if advertisers are already paying you for greater reach, right, or to put their message in front of potential people who are most likely to buy that product or service, then what exactly is Facebook offering you? Isn't that the same thing? And then to offer greater security or two-factor authentication, shouldn't that be standard? Keeping your users' identification and information safe? Clearly, I'm not seeing any new ideas here at all. So maybe we're missing something. We have to be. So Meta's copying Twitter. Twitter attempts to make users pay for features, including more promotion by its algorithm, and have been met with widespread criticism because it's not offering anything extra. And many have threatened to quit the platform. Although there's no reliable data on how many people have followed through. However, Snapchat and Discord has also both introduced paid subscription tiers to users without a similar level of outrage, suggesting that the dislike of Twitter Blue could be linked to Musk himself and broader concerns about the platform. All right, so Meta's copying Twitter, but I'm still not seeing anything. Like, one of the things they talked about was the customer service. But do you see any value in a Meta subscription?
Not at all. It's exactly like Twitter Blue. It is going to be a complete waste of money. Like, putting your comments at the top, well, that's just going to be filtered by most recent. That's what a lot of people do. It's not going to make a difference. No one's going to pay for that. So, complete waste of money.
Damn, okay, all right. Like, who's their marketing person, though, right? Because somebody has to come out and say, hey, I'm happy to put together a subscription model, but just like the value props, right, or the reasons why are just useless. We'll put your comments at the top. But how does that, I mean, even if you're looking at the level of, well, you work with average, clients that are trying to put their message in front of people, but that's what the advertising platform is for. Like, that's why you're spending money advertising. So what would be the added benefit, right? Like, is it 20%, 30% more impressions and then better targeting? You know what I'm saying? Like there has to be more value there than just the vagueness of more security and comments at the top, right? And I know it's more than that, but the whole list is just super vague in general.
Yeah, there's not much to it that would make me, as someone that uses Twitter, like Facebook advertising and Meta just a lot, I wouldn't purchase it. There's just no reason for me to do it. There's no benefits. There's no nothing really. These platforms can easily force you to pay for their subscriptions by taking away the things that you used to get for free. Like, for example, the two-factor authentication. Everybody used to get that. And the more they start putting behind a paywall, the more they're going to have to force people to buy it.
But then that opens them up to competition now. Right, so anybody who could do it, I've never heard of Mastodon until Elon took over Twitter, and now it seems like that's a viable option. Like, it just hasn't even been in the media or the talk track. Like, I mean, I know it's a platform that's quote unquote similar to Twitter, but now I'm even thinking about exploring it. You don't have to pay for it, and you get all the same stuff. Like had you heard of Mastodon before?
Nope.
They could try this. It's gonna bring in competition that might actually make these platforms irrelevant.
Yeah, definitely. And it's these social media platforms can easily be made. It doesn't take too much to make them. Be Real, that shot up this year. More platforms can easily pop up and become the new best thing because they're free and they don't have a paywall. So it'll be quite interesting to see what happens and if Facebook and Twitter do kind of become, like MySpace no longer exist.
Yeah, and Vine. Also, I don't know. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's finish this article. There has to be something of value in here. So just copying. Meta has seen Snapchat, Discord, and Twitter launch their own subscription plans, which give power users additional features and perks. The idea of paying for features that used to be free have started to become normalized. The risk there is reduced for them in terms of whether or not it would be a success. Yeah, duh. All right, so down to the money. How much money can Meta raise through verification is unclear. Twitter struggled to sell subscriptions, we know that part. The Meta family of apps, including Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp, have nearly 10 times the number of monthly users that Twitter does. But that doesn't mean people are going to sign up for it. All right, Meta and Mark Zuckerberg, heading down the paid blue check subscription path on Facebook and Instagram makes strategic sense that could further monetize the massive install base while advertising headwinds abound, says Dan Ives, Managing Director and Senior Equity Research Analyst at Wedbush Securities. That said, it's potentially a risky move that could alienate customers. Is Facebook running out of ideas? I think the answer is yes. Yes, there's advertising headwinds, but I think it's just been a lack of innovation. Like, you can only copy so much stuff, right? Like, I think he's acquired WhatsApp, he's acquired Instagram, and he's acquired users. But I think what he's forgetting is that you still have to provide these users with some sort of value. I think it's just super interesting because social media companies now have to think about how to provide more value to users, or they have to pay for it. So here's an idea, Mark Zuckerberg. The social media that has the best model now is YouTube, because the content creators are the ones that are creating content that people are searching for. And since they're closest to, like you're closest to your peer and what, like the market wants, YouTube is just saying, hey, we'll pay you 45% of profits in order to create valuable content. And that seems the way that most of these companies will need to go. But if they don't do that, then Facebook is going to have to come up with other ideas outside of just the metaverse, which may morph into something 10 years down the road, or charging people for services, charging their users for services that they're already getting. So yeah, in conclusion, Facebook is definitely running out of ideas. And if they don't come up with new ideas, they're going to open up themselves to competition where they might go the way of a MySpace or a way of Vine. That's it. Well, let us know what you think. If you like content like this, make sure you like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.